Hey guys, it's Nicholas here from upgradetolife.com and welcome to this quote of the week video. And so the topic of this video is going to be rational mind, chronological thinking versus going straight to the end, aka imagining the end. Because oftentimes what is coming in our way, while we manifest is our own rational chronological thinking mind, which tells us that, oh, this is not possible because this and that happened, or this is only possible if first of all this and that happened. So we then tend to overcomplicate manifesting. But I want to point out here again that this is not how it works. Manifesting itself is not chronological, has nothing to do with logic itself. Of course we can, share these teachings in a, seemingly logical way so that it makes sense to us, so that we can apply them like step by step. However, manifesting itself is not really logical. It goes beyond mind, right? Mind is logical, things from A to Z, and that is okay, right? It serves us to some degree here. However, when you truly, exercise imagining, when you truly exercise your awareness and you shifting states, then there is no logic included, because your mind can't comprehend how it is possible to go from being broke, being financially, like being in poverty, to wealth. For your mind, that's not possible. For your mind, millions of things, first of all, should have happened before you can then be it, right? Or health, the same with health, right? If you have an illness right now, for your mind, it cannot just say, oh yeah, I'm wealthy, or I'm healthy, right? It needs to solve other things first before it can accept the health. But within your imagination, you can instantly shift from one room, from one state to another. So this is not chronological. This is beyond that. So let's just look at the quote. And this is what Neville Goddard said. Assume that you are the man that you want to be, or the woman that you want to be. And although at the moment of your assumption, your reason and your senses deny it, if you dare to persist in that assumption as though it were true, that assumption, in a way unknown to your rational conscious mind, will harden into fact. It knows how to actually build that series of events necessary to make it so in your world. Tremendously powerful, right? So it all starts obviously with we having a desire, and then we assume that we are already what we desire, right? We don't want to keep desiring, we don't want to keep wishing, hoping, waiting. We want to assume that we are it. We want to satisfy our hunger. And, in the moment of assumption, right? If you start to assume that you are what you want to be, if you start to assume that you have what you want to have, right? If you imagine that you have it, right? While you do that, your reasoning mind, your chronological mind, your rational mind, right? Your senses, which are like tied to the mind, they will deny it, right? They will say it's not here yet. It's not possible. This is not there. It's just not there, right? They will deny what you have done within yourself. But then Neville says, but if you dare to persist in that assumption as though it were true, basically if you dare to keep the faith in this unseen state, in this unseen reality, and you don't base reality on what your senses permit you, because you know that this is not the actual reality, right? So you keep the faith in the unseen reality, you keep the loyalty to the unseen reality, and you persist in that assumption, you persist in that state as though it were true, right? You dare to assume, you are bold. This is what boldness is. Right? You dare to assume, you manifest boldly. That assumption, in a way unknown to your rational conscious mind, will harden into fact. Meaning your mind doesn't know how it will manifest. Your mind thinks it knows how it will manifest. And then after something manifests, your mind will say, oh yeah, this would have happened anyway because, this happened, that happened, and this happened. However, and then you maybe say, oh yeah, that's because this, and that happened. And you give your power to these external things. But that's wrong. That's a mistake. Be aware of that, right? The cause was your imaginary experience. The cause was you actually being loyal to that hidden state until that then in a really natural way. You didn't even notice it. But step by step, everything unfolded perfectly so that this first unmanifested, hidden, non-tangible state became manifested, right? In a way that your mind can never come up with. And what I also like is, it will harden into fact. So what does it mean? Harden into fact does mean that it is already there, it is already available, right? And it will harden into fact, what we call facts, right? The facts of this world, right? It hardens into fact. You manifest it into the tangible form, but it is already an unseen and like an unseen potential that is within creation, because everything is within creation, because creation is finished, right? Manifesting does not mean that you create something new. Manifesting does mean to become aware of something that already is in existence, and therefore you push it out. Therefore you like push it, you harden it into fact. But it's already an existing truth. And it knows, with it, Neville basically is referring to your true self, if you like your imagination, your awareness knows how to actually build that series of events, right? It knows the perfect way of unfolding, which you can never come up with, to manifest it, to make it so in your world. And this is why, you should never rely on your senses, right? If you take a cue from your senses, as I talked about in previous quotes, then you will always be enslaved by appearances. You will always take your cue and judge based on what is currently showing up in your life circumstances, which you should cut right now. Don't battle it, and at the same time, don't take your cue from what is currently showing up. And important is that your mind is limited, right? Your mind thinks from A to B. When your mind wants to go from poverty to wealth, it thinks that you first of all need to maybe inherit money, or you have to, get a business opportunity and then work 10 years and then maybe you're rich. Whereas within consciousness, you can, with a snap of a finger, as cheesy as it sounds, but it's true, you can instantly be where you want to be. You can instantly imagine yourself being wealthy, being financially secure, being stable. And if you are that inwardly, then you start to view the world from that. You are it within. And then the bridge can start to unfold. But the bridge of incidents, right, cannot start to unfold if you don't shift within. And if you want to learn how to do that, check out the 2 links in the video description for my free class or a free consultation call if you'd like to potentially work with me and figure out if we are a good fit. If you have any questions on this quote or any thoughts, how you deal with all of these teachings, then put this in the comments down below, and I talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.